You fucked up. Yeah, I'll go for your phone. You fucked up. And your phone full of hoes. You fucked up. Try test take no. You fucked up. Cop on no show. You fucked up. Yeah, I'll go for your phone. You fucked up. And your phone full of hoes. You fucked up. Try test take no. You fucked up.
Run the track.
Done it again. Forgot the loop again. Can't be bothered. Right, big up everybody that's locked in. We're in here. Like, subscribe, all of that crap. Usually, I have a script ready for my streams where I just assess everything going on in the game and the latest news and all of that. I haven't done it today because what's the fucking point? What's the point, bruv? We know what's going to happen. We're going to lose. Probably going to get battered. And in spite of getting battered, still only lose by 1 or 2 goals. And we're going to move. Same shit every year. End of the stream, people. Big up. It could easily be that easy. But yeah, we're going to chill here. Go through everything related to the Arsenal-Chelsea game, even though we know what's going to happen. And yeah, we'll send in the panel. We'll get into even more depth about how we're going to lose this game. And yeah, that'll be it. That'll be it. Big up everybody that's in here, though. Like, subscribe. The ship is still sinking, people. The ship is still sinking. Things are happening 4 p.m. UK. Well, where we heard that from? Where have we heard that from? Big up to everybody that's in here, though. Big up to Steve. Big up to JP. Harrison, I'm going to come to this in a little sec. I'll save that. Big up to Nikoi. Big up to Warrior. My eye feels better, but for some reason they both look red now. So, yeah. Bit difficult, that. I look like I'm high 24/7, and I ain't even bunged yet. But hey, it's what it is. Big up to Steve. Yeah, it was great going live with Lee Gunner. We have to stream a lot more because that was an unbelievable stream. I said it to him earlier as well. Lee Gunner's my favorite streamer, football streamer. Most of the times he's live at like 1, so I'm listening to his streams before I go gym. Unbelievable content creator. So big up to Lee Gunner for hopping in. Check out all the videos that we did with Troops. They're live on Chelsea Fan TV. They're live on Troops TV as well. Check them out. It's fucking hilarious. we're shit. But at the very least, we can laugh about how shit we are now. And yeah, this is just depressing, bro. This is fucking depressing. I haven't checked the press conference because I don't want to watch or listen to that shit anymore. Lampard's now sounding like Potter, so what's the point? I'm not putting myself through that shit again. And yeah, it's dead. It is dead. Lewis, good title though, since Chelsea will get their 8th loss in away games. Not successive. Yeah, no, because we beat Leicester, didn't we? The away record is 4 wins, 4 draws, and 7 losses. Shit, 4 wins, 4 away wins in the season. I want to die, bruv. Arsenal are bottlers, but it'll be a different story tomorrow. Bro, we already know what the script is. We've seen it enough times. An off-form team faces Chelsea, and they come back into form. This game screams 2-0 Arsenal, 3-0 Arsenal, 4-0 Arsenal. Just depends on how seriously they want to take this. Because Arsenal need to win to go back to the top of the league. They've got like minus 14 goal difference on Man City, so they need to pull it up. And what better fixture to do it than against this charity case? This would also be a good result to build up the confidence and to give the fans something to cheer about after what's been a depressing couple weeks for Arsenal. And they're going to take that opportunity with both hands. We're going to get our cheeks clapped. Pause. It's going to be a peak night tomorrow night, but hey, I'm going to be wankered off my head. So I won't be acknowledging that shit. Big up Lewis. Let me land my toxic mount agenda. Sell him now. Sell him now. There you go, God of Frogs. Big up, my G. Allergy season. I don't even get hay fever like that. I've never had hay fever. So I don't think it's that. I was playing football last week and one of my eyes got fucked. Now the other's fucked. We don't get a break here at Chelsea. We just don't get a break. Don't get a break at all. What else is everybody saying? Lee is a legend. So real. Big facts. Alex says, yeah, that's the spirit. Yeah. We're going to lose. Up the Chelsea. Up the fucking Chelsea. I want to try and talk about how we can get a result. But I don't know how we're getting a result. Actually, tell a lie. I said in Troops' preview that there's only 3 ways that we're scoring. It's either an own goal, it's either a penalty, or it's a deflection. Those are the only ways that the ball is going in the back of the net. It will not be from a set piece. It won't be an open play. Fucking hell. Good luck with that. I don't know, man. I don't know, bruv. I don't know. We might get a result if Lamps doesn't play a terrorist lineup. Big if. Big if, my friend. I am anticipating it. Kai Havertz is now back in selection, so we're going to have that Conor Gallagher and Kai Havertz front two. It's depressing. No, dickhead, it's depressing. But at least we're going to be pressing. Because that's all that fucking matters with us. Dead. Fucking dead. Connor shouldn't be anywhere near the squad. I got news for you, bro. 007 for our very own Lampard. That's going to come when we play Bournemouth this Saturday. That's going to come when we play Bournemouth. Is Troops going to the stadium tomorrow? He's not sure. He said he was going to go live, but if he gets a ticket, he'll shout me. So, I don't know. I hope he goes, because I can't bring Loud into the away end. And if he brings some, then I got something to enjoy after the game. Big up to my G Troops, though. Big up. Yeah, Dylan, we ain't winning shit. I'm just there for a night out. I'm bringing one of my mates from secondary school. Haven't gone to a game with him ever. So, yeah, we're going to have a couple drinks and enjoy. Well, enjoy. I use that term very loosely. We're going to watch a game of football. Chelsea will sober you up in 5 minutes. Yeah, probably. That means I need to get more pissed. Yeah, Josh, we will never be ill with the state of this club right now. Apparently Mount is going to be sold. Yeah, let's get into that. let's get into that. We'll talk about that, and then I'll send the link out because it's not really much to talk about. How are we going to lose? How are we going to lose? Mason Mount is likely to leave Chelsea with contract talks not being revisited since January. Although I swear Ornstein said Bowley and Mason Mount had talks like last Friday or something. We hear two different things from varying different sources. What does the article say? Is it behind the paywall? Let me have a look. An expected fire sale. Oh yeah, it is behind the paywall. Well, I will not be signing up for that. Fuck off. Oh, and now you've made my screen freeze. Thanks, Times. Thank you. There we go. We're back. We're back. Right, I don't know what the news is here, but yeah. Mason Mount is likely to leave Chelsea with contract talks not being revisited since February. Oh no. Anyway, what's everyone's thoughts on the Arsenal-Chelsea game? Let me see what people are saying in the comments. Can we just play for draws now? That's what Lampard's been trying to do, bro. That's what Lampard has been trying to do. The thing is, he plays with no outlet, so we just turn over possession, and then 1 or 2 freak goals, and the game is dead because we can't score. So all a team needs to do is score once or twice. That's why I think we haven't shipped 3 goals in a league game since we lost 4-1 to Brighton in October. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think we've lost by 2 goals in a game other than that in the league. In the Cup, I know we got Man City away. In the FA Cup, we lost 4-0 there. I think that's the only game we've lost by 2. We're trying to play for draws. The difference is we're not even fucking getting that. Not even getting that. Looks like Lewis spoke an L before he went live. Can't be arsed. Have you been crying? I did shed a little tear thinking about us holding 9 in the first half at that game. Can't be arsed. But yeah, Mason Mount might be leaving. Oh no. Shiver me timbers and all of that crap. Has Lampard damaged his Chelsea legacy? Nope. It's just now there is a clear gap between Lampard the manager, Lampard the player. Lampard the player, Chelsea GOAT, legend. Every positive word that you want to use to describe Lampard, there you go. Lampard the manager, villain, crook, terrorist. Every negative word you want to use to describe him. It's right there. Right there. Thoughts on the Poch news going a bit quiet? It will be done. I'm not too worried about it. It will be done. So I guess you won't be celebrating if we win. If we win, I'll be going crazy. If we draw, I'll be going crazy. It's just, I'm not falling for it anymore. I have to see it to believe it. We have yet to play the top 4, and we're about to play the entire top 4. We can barely even beat people in the bottom half of the table. So it's just depressing. It's just depressing. All bands aside, with Rob Holding in the side, Chelsea have a chance. Bro, we have to score. We have to score a goal. That's not going to happen, bro. It's not going to happen. This game screams 3-0 Arsenal. 3-0 Arsenal. And whatever. But I'm going to be too wankered to care. Yeah, God of Frogs, you see it. I ain't paying for shit. I am not paying for shit. Fata says that's brown envelopes. Can't be asked. Where do we go if the Poch thing falls through? Gallardo? I don't know. Company? I don't know. Maybe just wrap things up for a season. Oh, boy. What position do you play in football? I'm like right centre-back, right back. Around there. Because I ain't got the fitness to go further forward. So I'm going to just sit back, defend, and ping passes around. And I'm good at that. I get cooked in transition, though. Fucking cooked alive. I mean, we've only conceded 35 goals. Yeah, so it might be a 1 or 2-0 thing, but we haven't played the top 4 side in the league since January. So I feel like we're overdue of packing. If it don't come in this game, it'll be at City away. I would rather it be at City away. Big up to Ryan. Big up my G. Hope you're doing well. Big up, brother. Apparently, Pochettino has made the request to the owners telling them not to visit the dressing room. Go for it. Do what you want. My whole thing was that I just didn't think it was that deep, them going into it. Because I think most owners do it. Chelsea needs you, mate. You bleed blue, you said. Yeah, I know. I'll still be there. Well, you think it's a pollen thing? It might be. Felix, I get what you're saying. Like, it could fall through, but I don't really expect it to. But I don't expect anything with Chelsea, so what am I even waffling about? Mind you, might as well not go to Bournemouth away. I hear that. If I go Bournemouth, I'm only going for the night out afterwards. That'll be the only reason. I'm not wasting my time going there if I'm not going out. It's pointless. It is pointless. Big up President Jafar saying so much for Mount Bleeding Blue, eh? Yeah, proper Chelsea and all of that crap. Oh, but it's going to be like selling De Bruyne and Salah. That's what the narrative's going to be. Oh, you're going to be pissed if he leaves and he balls out at another club. No. We did everything we could to sign him. He didn't want to re-sign for what we wanted to offer him. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I don't care. Imagine you finish like 5 points above the drop, then early in the summer you get done for FFP and get like a 9-point deduction. That would be for next season anyway, so that wouldn't mean we go down if that's the case. Starting the season on -9 points, oh well, we've had it worse. Not going to get done for FFP anyway. I said Pep Linders, get out of here, bruv. Get out of here. Lewis, we're going to lose tomorrow. Why bother going? Because I'm going with my mate. That's it. Bringing a friend along. And there we go. That's it. That's it for me. Man said Jorginho regen. I can't be bothered. Cucurella regen. You're taking a piss, bruv. Actually, to be honest, with my lack of pace, maybe. I think I made better decisions on the ball, though. I think I make better decisions on the ball. Man said, like, Aspie. Raw, you know what? Maybe I need to do more cardio days. That one hurt. Fucking hell, bruv. We need to see Obra and Mudryk on the pitch. No! You will have Havertz and Gallagher up top, and you will like it. And if you don't like it, tough shit. Because that's what you're going to get. You're going to get Gallagher and Havertz up top, and we can press. Who needs goals? Who needs assists? I would rather have successful presses between the midfield and the attack. I would rather have distance covered, personally. I think that would be much better stats for us to have. Who needs to win on the scoreline? As long as we cover the most distance per game, it's all good. It's all good. You think Spurs did the most Spursy thing yesterday? Yes. As I know we're bad, but at least we're not Tottenham bad. Thank the Lord. Admit it, boss, it'd be nice to have Mourinho run down the sideline and win the Premier League with an annoyingly solid defence. A man can wish. Yes, I'd love to go back to 2015. Would love to go back to 2015, but sadly, not going to happen. Just give me Pochettino, give me attacking patterns of play and a pressing system, and some good coaching. That's what I'd like. Big up to yourself, AV, though. I hope you're good. Hope you're good. Exactly. Jafar, you should have done it in 2021 after winning the UCL. You should have done it then. That would have been the smarter move. That would have been smarter move. But yeah, let me send the link out. I'll see who's about. We can go through this shit show of a game. Ah, for fuck's sakes. There we go. Oh yeah, hit the super chat button if you want to guarantee I don't miss your comment. Hit the like button as well if you guys haven't done so already. The panel is rolling through. Whenever they're ready. See if Kai's still in this row. Cool. I think that's everyone. Big up, everyone. President says allegedly Abramovich wants Chelsea back in the future. Ukraine blows over.
You know what? The crazy thing is that
Where did you see that?
Nah, I don't like it. To be fair, apparently,
you do understand that he'll never own anything in the UK ever again. Because if they do
they took like $3 billion off him.
If they do, they'll have to take. He'll have reason to take him to court and sue him. So no, he's done in the UK. Stop this nonsense. I mean, it's this is some dumb stuff I was talking about on Twitter on Friday on Sarcasm City. This our fan base is far worse than our team has played this year. It really is.
But our fan base has been worse for a long time now. So
it's gotten an overdrive.
That's what happened when your team doesn't perform.
Well,
you're gonna get these kind of brain damage. The damage already been done anyway. So
no, it's just mentally unstable children.
Oh dear.
That's what our fan base is.
Imagine being an Arsenal fan and having to have gone through 20 years of shit seasons, and we just had one, and the fans are like this.
You see how it turns out. Look at their fan base.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. We're going that direction.
Hey, you know what? I blame Premier League put that fixture on Tuesday. Why couldn't they have done it on a Saturday?
I think it's because of the police. The police.
What the police? I was cycling on around that evening where we're supposed to be playing.
We're cycling.
Nothing. I was cycling. You know, nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Well, a cycle is like when you go from one thing to the next. You mean you were riding a bicycle?
Yes, bicycle, line bike. It's line bike, basically line bike. Yeah, nothing happened though. So why they put it on a Tuesday?
Listen, I appreciate the extra days to train. I'll take it at this point.
Well, it didn't ruin my weekend. At least I'll be working.
Yeah, I'll say, listen, 2 weeks in a row we haven't lost. 2 weekends in a row we haven't lost a game. It's great.
I know. It's wonderful.
You know what? If they put it on the weekend, if we ever lost, then we could have a night out, innit? Night out in London. So what's the possibility to go wrong?
You have a night out in London. Where do we even play, dude? What are you talking about?
You go night out every night. So what? Like, this is literally alcoholics' excuse, man.
Nah.
We were going out tomorrow for the game, weren't we?
Yeah.
By the way, you're going Holborn tomorrow?
Yes.
All right, cool. I'll see you there. I'll see you
there.
Anyone have any confidence for tomorrow?
I do.
Have we played the game?
Let's get into it, Alex. What are you saying?
Mate, I'm confident. We got the best weather. We're gonna have a day out tomorrow, innit?
Again, freaking dude with the alcohol.
Have they played the game yet?
No.
No, but the drinks have already been ordered, man.
Oh no, that's just an English thing. Any excuse to drink.
Listen, I have confidence. I have confidence in most games before they've been played. You know.
I'm just like, it's more, of course, it's more hope than the actual thing, but I don't.
Yeah.
But I just don't think, like, look, we're still third in the league in the defense.
Yeah.
And people saying, like, Lewis, damn, man, sometimes you're surprising me, man. We're getting slapped. It's like a how you say it, defense, like, oh, I've said so you will make you feel better later if it happens.
Oh, you got.
You see what I'm saying? It's like, do what?
Igal wants to link one set. I hear what you're saying, but it's not even like to defend myself.
Tell Igal it's a closed panel. Tell Igal it's a closed panel, and don't invite him.
But no, it's not even me trying to like defend myself. It's just we're shit. Like I don't see where we're winning.
I'm not saying we're winning. The only way we're winning if Aubameyang starts with Mudryk and the Kai Havertz. That's the only way.
We do need runners and a striker up front. That's what we cried for the last 3 weeks now.
But I think our defense is better defense than in the last 5 games than Arsenal defense. They've been licking more than the hookers Fatur is the ones that
Yeah,
Fatur looking for.
That's
I know,
all right.
but
We
we
can't
still got
score
a
with
good ball
hookers,
in the back
so
of
you
the
know.
net.
Hey, relax on that.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not.
yeah. I forgot that you already like
Yeah,
a
let's not
serious
talk
guy.
about it. Yeah, that's not that.
Yeah, like I'm not under the impression we're gonna go in there and score 6 goals, but like we could certainly keep it close and maybe take it late into the game. Like I mean, I'm not.
It would be
Yeah.
so Chelsea that we stole it in
We-
the last minute. It would be so Chelsea if that happened.
No, he
It
hasn't been like
actually
that. When is the
won't
last
be
time we done it?
Chelsea.
He hasn't been.
Yeah,
Bro, I could
it
tell
will
you this.
be.
There's a possibility we could nick a win tomorrow, then we lose on Saturday at Bournemouth.
Well,
I think
it
I
could be a
think we'll,
That
possibility that we lose
possible.
tomorrow and lose Saturday. So that's a possibility too. We gonna do any more odds here?
Hey man,
Yeah.
we only need 1 point from the safety. Then we sign
no,
up for
we
the
are
season.
safe now. We
We are
Well,
safe.
I actually, well, I was. There's still mathematically that could be a problem, but I just don't
They
think
would have
there's.
to win all their games left, and none of those
Yeah,
teams
and they
down there
have
will
like a
win
4
all their
games
games
left only.
So, no, I'm glad that we've had reports of players being upset that Jorginho left, because I know which players they are, and I hope all of them are gone this summer.
I didn't even heard that report, but
Yeah,
power to those people.
they it's all the players that have been here for a while. I know
I'm
the
assuming
players.
that's Thiago Silva because
No, I'm thinking it's Kovacic is one of them, and probably Cucurella, and I'm guessing Thiago was probably there, and all those the players that were bought in the summertime, the players that have been here before that were the ones that came out. I'm not saying them all of them, but if you want to look at a group of players that did that, and they're probably the same ones who wanted this stupid trainer back. Hopefully, player power gets killed this summer when those players are gone.
I
Because
I actually don't believe this. I don't believe this report. But even if it's true, Jester, I just think it's like one
I
thing.
like him. They just like him as a person, probably more than anything.
Yeah, like what's the report? Well, like when did the people actually bash the previous or older people that left the club? Like that never happened. You know what I'm saying? Like
I understand, but they're saying that's one of the issues. And if people are complaining about a player being sold, that happens all the time.
yeah,
mean-
like for example, what look, as much as I don't like Progelinho, one good thing he was always available for the pass to get it. He was not afraid, even his shit sometimes in losing it. He will not be afraid to ask for the ball. You know, with what's his name? With Enzo, he does the same thing, but if you don't, he will tell you. And that's the problem that I think some players have because they used to Jorginho say stuff, but nothing serious. Like you know, just look at the Enzo when he wants for somebody to be open for him, available, and they not. Look at the Enzo expression, face expressions. That guy ready to murder somebody. When like one time somebody didn't make a run, I think it was what's his name, Sterling, and he was so pissed at him. Like, what are you doing? Or even
You want that
Mount
in your
one time
team, though.
too.
Well,
You
that's what
what?
I'm saying.
You want
see
that
the
in your
difference.
team.
You see the difference between our winter signings and our summer signings.
If a player's getting upset because someone's annoyed at them, they haven't made a run or something, they need to fuck off. Because that's just absolutely pathetic.
We never pass. We never make a pass when a run's made, and we never make a run when a pass is being made. Dude, it just is what it is. They look like a bunch of players you just
let's
threw on
put the word
field.
never one. Let's put the word never just for 1 year. Like never means 1 year. Don't just never. It's like,
Well, we had
never. It's longer
I
than
watched the
1 year.
last game, and there
Yeah,
were
yeah,
runs
yeah.
being made, and there were no passes to complement those runs, and there were passes open and runs that need to be made, and they never made the runs. So it's like they've never
Look,
played the game
how
before.
many
Imagine
chances
that.
Aubameyang had when he came in with Enzo putting the ball over the top of him? I think
Because
it's
he makes
4.
runs.
Yeah, I think it's 4.
Yeah,
And if
no.
it's close penalty, Gal.
Nah, bro. You know why he's saying that? Yesterday. Listen,
Yeah. I was
find
joking, Gal.
I find it interesting that Lewis. I'm gonna call you out here quick because you were the first one to always ask for me to jump on always whenever you're doing a stream, Arsenal, Chelsea when we were shit. But ever since you guys have been in the mud, you're like, yo, you know what, Egal, I'm gonna duck you, or at least I'm gonna just be busy.
Duck you, me? I don't know what you're talking about.
Look.
Because it's annoying.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I can, Josh. Let me say a quick thing about that. There's a reason for it, Egal. I don't think he respects you as the what's his name? As what's the name for your job? Content creator.
Yeah.
He thinks more you like a troll than a content creator.
No, it's not that. It's not that. I've just been
Yeah.
If I'm being real, I've just been hella busy.
I think all the Chelsea fans are in hiding, man. They're in like a winter. It's like a bear, like they're in hydration. You know, it doesn't take 3 months. It takes us a year this season. That's all.
I'm not gonna lie. This is the quietest I've seen the Chelsea fan base going into any game. Like,
Hey man, I'm checked out since Madrid away, man. I'm good. I'm enjoying my time there.
And this is the loudest I've saw Arsenal fans in 19 years. All that.
Deservedly so.
Deservedly, no doubt about it.
Deservedly
It's like,
so. And you know something? I seen yesterday you had my man on, and he was talking about bigger fish to fry. Bro, who said that beside Robbie? Really and truly.
Yeah, but he's the biggest fish in the sea.
I can tell you who said that. Mo said that. AK said that. What's his name? The Ghost of Christmas Past said that. What's his name? Gunner, the guy that looks like a Express. Yeah, that's the guy that never saw the sun. What the fuck is the other guy's name? Gunner King said that.
1 second.
Yeah.
Do I hold you guys accountable for all the people who said you guys were going to win the league?
We just have a shorter memory, dude. You've been saying shit for 19 years. We can remember all of it.
Alex is definitely on the fence. Everyone else is. Yo, you guys honestly think you're just going to show up and lose? Like,
yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
we're going to beat.
No.
Bro, we've been poor the last 4 games. So obviously, we're going to try to.
You've been poor in one department.
I wish we were playing poor.
Hold on a second. You've been poor in one department. We're not even poor. We're below poor.
Bro, you lot are winless in 5 against straight pointless in
No,
5.
you conceded the goal.
Since March the 19th, Lewis. March the 19th. That's the last time we won.
We're so bad.
But we finish above you next season, though.
Like,
I
think we're going to lose like so badly, and we're going to get beaten. I'm genuinely debating putting a bet on that Arsenal are going to score like 3, Jorginho's going to score, and Gallagher's getting a yellow card. Like, I'm tempted to put that bet on.
That's like saying City's going to win the league this season now. That's like saying City's going to win the league now. After today, Scott, that's not a bet. That's like a common sense.
Let me ask you guys this: what is wrong with Chelsea besides the manager? Because I feel like the players themselves. Besides the
how much
players,
time do you have, my friend?
Okay, yeah.
Why are you inviting? Oh my word!
Let me be more specific.
Those Chelsea fans, man.
Generic question. Instead of asking such a generic question, what do you think you could do to have a good performance against Arsenal?
Nothing.
Start the right players and the right positions, and not be afraid for the bad results. Just let them play.
Yeah.
Get the ball, put it in the net.
Yep.
That's never gonna happen.
Maybe hold on a second. Maybe start the player that hasn't started in a long time.
I'm asking more. If you guys were in charge, what would you do to try to change?
Rigo Park's got it right, by the way. Rigo Park's got the right answer.
Yeah, that's what we do to win.
At least play more than one attacker first to start with. Play more than one attacker.
Again.
I have an idea.
Listen, weren't you backing Lampard when he came in? You're like, he's better than Potter.
Yeah, and he's managed to outdo him.
And that's why people call you a troll, Egal. And that's why people call you a troll.
He's definitely trolling.
Lewis was backing him when he came in.
I didn't think it would get worse.
That's not.
It got horribly worse. It's got terribly worse.
Oh my word! Like people seriously, like.
I wonder who said that comment.
Yeah, all you guys who predicted it, there you go. Yeah, you're correct. You're fucking
Yeah,
correct.
I
We're all
felt it
still
into that
shit.
video. I admit that.
Yo, but Lewis, you guys are just ignoring the fact that Alex thinks you guys are going to be better than Arsenal next season. Do you honestly believe
We
that?
are.
Yeah, we probably will be.
We will be.
I think we will
probably.
be too,
Yeah.
Here's my prediction for Arsenal next year. They go out in the group stages and then they'll make top 4.
Are you
Because you need
serious?
5 to 7 players this summer to challenge in the Champions League, and you ain't getting 5 to 7 players.
Bro, we don't need 5 to 7 players.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
You guys don't have the depth to be playing.
You don't have no idea.
You've got no centre back cover.
Bro,
Because you haven't been there.
You can't
in
even
how
beat
long?
Sporting Lisbon, then how can you beat
Yeah.
like 6 games in the Champions League next season?
To be fair, Arsenal have been in Champions League for years now, so you don't really know the difference now.
Yeah.
Bro, you guys, how far did you guys get in the Champions League this year?
We went to the
Quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals. We
Same as you in Europa. So what's the
Okay, so do you honestly think we can't match what you did in the Champions League this year?
Yes.
No
Why you hold on a second? Why you compare Chelsea's Champions League run versus Premier League run? Are those the same?
No. I'm asking you if you think
And
I'm asking you
but-
if you think the team and the squad that we have is not any better than the team and squad you have right now.
It depends. It depends on the priority.
Talent wise, we have more talent in our team than you do.
No. Sometimes let's stop the trolling. So if Arsenal,
I'm not trolling.
It's not trolling.
No,
He's right.
no, can I answer?
It's the truth.
No, if Arsenal focus, obviously depend on the priority, right? If Arsenal focus more on the Champions League, they can go far, but they will suffer in the league. That's the truth. But
Also, the biggest.
I
like-
actually think Arteta should not be focusing on Champions League. I think Arteta should make a team, should make a decision and make the top 4 more priority than anything. That will solidify the mentality of the team. Then you can do it. That's just me, but I think for Arteta, it's to be in the conversation, top 4 conversation, challenging for the league next season. That should be for him priority.
The biggest deciding factor I would say is the draw, because if you have a draw like we did, and I'm sorry, there's no excuse that you should be getting out of the group. But if you have a draw, what pot are you in, by the way? Do you know what pot you're going to be?
3.
We could potentially be in pot 3 depending on what teams fall, what teams don't win the league in their respective league.
Real Madrid, Dortmund.
So if Bayern don't win the
wouldn't
league,
get past Dortmund.
if Bayern don't win the league, if friggin' what do you call it? Napoli already won the league, so that's gonna cause havoc to the pots. And then obviously Man City
Barcelona.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
I think there is a high percentage. There's not about percentage on the Bayern not winning the league, but already 2 other teams that already won the leagues. That's already more on Arsenal.
High
Yeah.
chance that Arsenal finish in the third in any group there.
Yeah. The fact that we're ranked number 3 in the
it's very much dependent on the draw.
My expectations for the Champions League next year is 1, first of all, get out of the group stage. Second of all, I'm thinking try to at least advance past the round of 16. That's that's realistic expectations. People are gonna come on here and say,
I think it's realistic, to be fair. I think it's realistic. If you get out of a group, one more game, the knockout game could be possible. I think it depends on the draw.
I think people who are expecting us to fall off a cliff in the league and not challenge next year again because we're in the Champions League, fair. But who's to say we don't buy squad depth in the summer? Like, I get it that people want to say this team right now is not ready to compete in the Champions League, but the reality is, if we're going to be in the Champions League next year and we're going to be playing twice a week with the team, not making as much rotation, yes, there's chances for more injury, but also in the summer, we have an opportunity to go buy more.
Igal, there's a bigger question: is what Man City's plans for the next season? What other teams' plans for the next season?
I'm not worried about Man City right now. I'm just focusing on Arsenal.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like this is why I think Arteta should not do any big decisions or go with the flow. The biggest thing for any manager just to get the because the most thing is about runs. If you make more winning runs during the specific periods in the year, like I said, when people making predictions who's going to win in what season, it's just blah blah blah. But in reality, there's a 3 or 4 stages when you must be crucial, and it's early in September, December, after January transfer window, in the February when the Champions League, in April, and that's it. Those are the 4 stages. You have to be most compatible within the year. If you drop out of all those 4 stages at any moment, you are not sustainable for that season. you're playing for like those are the league deciding moments in the league. Those are Champions League deciding moments if you're in the Champions League. That's it.
Okay.
I would
First of
also
all,
say that like
I feel like there's no actual valid reason to say this team is going to diminish to the point where we're not going to be.
I don't think it's going to diminish. But
one second, this is not what you said. I think the other gentleman said it. I forget your name, my friend. In America, you said that we're going to finish outside the top 4 potentially and get knocked out of in the group stages in the
group
Champions.
stages.
I think that's unrealistic based off of what we've shown this season and how good we've been. I think when we get into the Champions League, you guys might be surprised how much we'll be able to compete.
What's the difference between 2009 and 10 season then?
What?
What's the difference of this season between 2009 and 2010? You finished second, you challenged for the league, and you fell off for another 12 years?
Yeah, but the thing is, we built off of this moment in time. We have a young squad that's only going to get better. Plus, we have a lot of players that we're going to be buying in the summer. If you guys are basically assuming that this team is not going to strengthen its depth,
that's not what we're assuming. We're based on history. I don't know what you're basing on.
But if you base things off history, Chelsea's going to sack their next manager, and they're going to be in another rebuild in two years' time. But you don't want to hear that either.
Yeah, but in the middle, we're going to win a trophy.
Exactly. If you base off history,
somehow you avoid those comments. Like, we sack the manager.
You have to take. Listen, I'm going to Arsenal the credit because Arteta has cracked the league. He's found a way to consistently play the style of football that Arsenal are playing. I can guarantee you again next season they will be up there because.
They won't.
Yes.
Pep has proved. Arteta's proving it. This is how you win the league. Is that style of football? Like
the only problem I have with that's more towards Klopp, the way Klopp approaches the games.
Alex, look at Klopp. No. That's an example. Klopp, before they play Arsenal, they never play 3-2-2-3. That type of inverting fullback in. They never play.
That's not what I'm saying.
And then look
what
at
I'm saying.
No. Look how consistent Liverpool have looked since they revert to that type of football. And I know I hate Arsenal as much as anyone, but
that's not what. That's not about
playing. You need to look at the way they're playing. You can't just say, "Oh, it's Arsenal." No.
People found out how they played already.
The people don't get that. People don't get that.
They can't defend.
Teams already adjusted to their style.
I think
they're getting draws.
I think you guys are going to be really mistaken. And sorry, maybe that's not the right way to word it. But I think you guys are mistaking this team dropping off to a team dropping off as if like they've had massive injuries or massive problems in the past and they haven't dealt with it. We've made massive strides every single season. Year on, year out, we've seen a linear improvement. I think this season we've challenged. Next season, we compete on all fronts and we challenge again for the Premier League and try to win it. That's where our next step is. And you're shaking your head saying this team is not ready to compete on all fronts. The reality is we have been doing that, but we've been doing that before, even with worse players. So who's to say with a better team, with more quality players coming in the summer, and the way the team is right now, just players getting a little bit better, who's to say we're not going to compete next season? Like,
can I explain it to you?
I feel like your point is more or less unrealistic than ours, saying that we're going to.
I can explain it to you, but I'm going to get interrupted about 20 times, so it doesn't.
Go ahead, Jester. I will not interrupt you.
Okay, first of all,
basically, I'm joking, Justice. Go for it.
Other teams will get better too. You already see Aston Villa moving up. They've got a great coach, somebody y'all should have kept and not fired, because he wins trophies. Brighton's going to be better. We're going to be better. We only got one game a week next year. Last time that happened, we won the league. So,
what's your point?
Basically, my point is everybody's going to get better, and everybody on your team is having a career year this year. You think they're going to have a career year?
You have one good season, basically. You had one good season. Next year, it'll be much more different.
What's to say that what we're doing this season is not sustainable?
Well, because you've only had 1 year of it.
That's not true.
The problem with this argument is you can make this argument like
we've actually been improving year in, year out. To say this is a purple patch or to say this is a one good year is actually a false narrative. We've been improving points totals every year. We're now having our highest points total in a long time.
What did you finish?
The the team, everything has been improving. I understand you're going to say other people are going to improve, but you're also saying other people are going to improve, but Arsenal's going to get caught up to by people we've been extremely better than this season. That is ridiculous. Their gap that they have to close to us is a lot higher than the gap that we have to close to Man City.
No.
Teams are gonna.
How much is the gap between Arsenal and the 6?
Sorry?
About
6.
12.
Yeah. What's the gap between the second and the 6?
Points or basically?
Yeah, points.
Let's see.
Second to 6, about 12. Well, 21 right
About
now.
20 or so points.
21.
And the games played.
I will say, like,
we played one less.
Arsenal
Yeah.
game in hand.
That should explain that. Hold on, Scott. Let me try to say.
Points, and we have a game in hand.
Yeah, that's what people don't understand. That it's a big gap. Arsenal did serious damage on this league this season. My question about that is, look, I think, for example, what you're saying that Igal, that you're gonna improve and all that kind of stuff. What you saying that you're gonna improve with is the players that caused you a league this season, right? You're saying that you need the center back, you need a midfielder, and who else you said you need to improve you next season?
Okay.
Striker at this.
I want to get your point first because our
Okay,
players
so-
in is not the only point. Our players that we already
Yeah,
have are young, and who's to say
Yes.
they're not gonna improve also?
Yes.
They haven't hit their prime
Because
yet. Only
yes,
two of our
okay,
players have hit
and
prime.
that's the key. That's the key moment. That's the key point. They did not hit prime yet. They doing it on the early age. To hit the prime, it needs to be every individual player needs to be performing like they did this season. You willing to bet on that? That every player that Martinelli, Saka, Odegaard are gonna play to exactly the same high level if they played this season for all season.
If they don't get injuries, what's to say they don't improve?
Oh, I can tell you what's the see. I can tell you. Hold on. I'm trying to finish my point. Let me finish my point.
Okay, go ahead.
So what I'm saying is the actual fact of this, where people keep saying that it's up to Manchester City game that they lost the title. No, I saw Saka struggling because he was exhausted. People saying he was flat early. What's his name? Martinelli games flat earlier. Then all of a sudden Arteta made decision after long-term injury. He brings Brazilian player over Trossard. Those things are making it. It didn't happen before you lost the title. It happened before. Before Manchester City. You players were drained. You can't sustain. This is why Klopp was such a big drop with Jurgen Klopp, because those attack like press high pace games. It's really hard, especially if you play in a lot of competitions.
I think you're hoping, and you actually haven't.
Yeah, okay.
Everything you're saying. You yourself know there's a direct rebuttal for everything you're saying, and which is
that's why it's called a debate.
Everything. 1 second. Every point you're making is you can look back at it and say to yourself, why can't these guys improve? Why can't Bukayo Saka learn from this season and realize when he needs to do certain things and when he doesn't need to do certain things? Why can't Mikel Arteta learn when to make substitutions and when not to do things? I hear you that yes, the players are currently playing at a top level and they're hitting their career years, but year on year out, players can improve.
Yes, I agree with you. I'm not saying it can be. I'm saying that's the question that we'll see if young players have that mentality to sustain that high pressure mentality. He's still young. That's the problem. Young players not sustainable. That's why they're saying he's not in prime.
I agree. That's why I said they're not in the prime. But
no. That's why I ask you. But that's the reason when you saying that we're gonna strengthen, you don't even talking about the players behind Saka. You don't even talking about the players behind Martinelli. You're talking about the players that actually caused you to lose the league. You're saying the players that we need. Somebody said you need 5 players. You're like, oh my God, we don't need 5 players. Okay, if you don't need 5 players, let's say you need 3 players. I bet you money you will say you need a midfielder and you need center back and you need forward, right?
Okay.
They need 2 fullbacks. They
And
need
that's
2
my
center
point.
backs.
That's my point.
You don't need to have a squad full of 2 players in every position to win the league. The reality is you just need to have you need to have a good enough
that's not. Yes.
You need to have a good enough squad to compete throughout the 38-game season, and you also have to be a little bit fortunate with injuries, and you also need to be able to manage through those injuries.
You also need to be not betting on the young players.
Bro, Alex, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Arsenal have 2 players in every single position. You're still going to say we're not going to win the league because our football in the club's named Arsenal. That's the reality. You're not talking sensibly here.
Exactly. I'm a honest.
Just before you guys go, I need to go through a few of these super chats. Started to pile up a bit. Big up AV saying if
Hey,
Arsenal
bro, I gotta get ready for work. I'm out.
No worries, Jesters. Take care, my G. Big up. If Arsenal lose, it's a successful season for Chelsea. It'll be like one small positive on a shit season. Big up Matt saying, what would you prefer? Wild, dominant players that are prone to bookings, or mild-mannered players that are less intimidating but see fewer red cards?
The latter.
Both come with their pros and cons, innit? I don't know. Yeah, probably the ones who see fewer red cards. Because, I don't know, maybe you prefer a mix. I don't know, but I appreciate the donation. Big up Rigo Park saying he's talking about next year, gave up on this year. So about you giving up on this year?
I think talking about the expectation for this year.
Like the conversation we were having about next year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Big up Rigo Park. Big up President Jabbar as well, also saying how many years and how many trophies Arteta's won. Just the FA Cup in about 4 seasons.
Arteta won the FA Cup, and I know no one counts the Community Shield except for Liverpool fans.
So just the FA Cup.
FA Cup.
Basically.
Let me say this though. The previous super chat, I don't think that is what I said. I'm literally, I never said anything about giving up this season. I think we need to win all our games to try to still capitalize in the case that Man City drop off. But it's highly unlikely they drop off. That's why we're talking about next year.
For me, one thing I look at Arsenal, I just think like Arteta's found consistency and a style of play that's really easy to win in this league. This league, to win this league, Pep has shown it, Arteta is showing it. You have to play that type of football, and Arteta's shown it. And what they're going to do next year, they're going to add a couple players, and I don't see them dropping off badly, unless obviously Edu and them lot at Arsenal don't sign the correct players. If you do back the manager again next year, because what Arteta is going to learn where he failed this year, and I think he's been learning season after season. I honestly think
he's not even learning from game after game, man. He starts the same lineup, man.
Arsenal fans have been crying about Thomas Partey and kept starting him.
Yeah,
it's not that. Trossard was the obvious one. Trossard is the most obvious one for me. Trossard. Why Jesus starting over Trossard? No idea.
Price for next season. I've watched more. I think I watched all the Arsenal games this season because I keep hoping they lose, but they keep winning. But anyways, they're signing Rice next season, so they don't need to play Partey in all those games, right? Yeah. And then they might start. I don't know. They might need another right wing.
Mason Mount.
Yeah, they might. Yeah.
They can have Ziyech.
Mason Mount's probably gonna go to Liverpool. We're probably gonna go get.
I think Mount. We should never sell Mount to Liverpool. I think Mount is a very good player. It's gonna improve at Liverpool. We should keep him. If anything, send him abroad. Mount at Liverpool is especially because people are now realizing the way Liverpool have changed. They're not playing the old Liverpool. They've changed because they learned from Arteta and Pep. That's just the truth. I mean,
I don't know if Lewis is still here, but I'm just gonna say, guys, I really do think we're gonna beat you guys, and I'm probably gonna do
my. Oh, yeah, no, you are. Sorry.
I'm gonna keep my prediction to myself because I'm gonna do a preview later. But thanks for having me on, Lewis. I know.
Yeah, big up my guy.
I honestly do believe. I feel like it's a little bit of Arsenal hate because you're being biased towards.
Egal, I wanted to ask you a question on your stream, but you didn't let me.
But to be sensible, I think Chelsea fight for top 4 next season, and they're not in the conversation of competing for the league next season. And that's where I think it's going to be next
season. It's too early to judge that. Next season.
Well, it's Egal, I have a question for you before you go. Remember you said that how long is going to take for Newcastle to compete for the top for the league?
Yeah.
How many years you said?
I think over 5 years.
Oh, But why is the Arsenal is over 2 years, 3 years, but Newcastle all of a sudden not allowed?
No, but to be fair, we've been trying to compete for this league for ever since Arteta came in, and we challenged this season.
How many years ago?
3 years.
Exactly. So let me ask you: are you good with math? Why is Arsenal is better development and not than Newcastle? If anything,
it's because we start from a higher we start from a higher threshold. We already have more money. We already have some quality players. They were starting from a relegation.
You don't have more money.
You don't have more money.
More money.
That's crazy. The money is better than scouting.
You see, that's the question I wanted to ask you yesterday.
They can have more money, but they're not going to be able to spend it as much.
Name the player that they signed that didn't work out for them, and I'll name you 5 of you that what you signed and it was horrible in the last 3 years.
I'm pretty sure you can look at Anthony Gordon, who just signed for them, hasn't worked out yet.
The guy literally has 2 months. Wait for him.
But the thing is he's on their bench.
You asked me to name somebody. I didn't.
Their money got them Bruno Gomes, who Arsenal wanted.
Yeah.
He's at.
That's fair. I wanted Bruno Gomes.
What about the other guy, the striker that you wanted?
He's at.
Let's be real here. Newcastle expectations this season weren't even top 4.
You was the top 4.
They've gone and made crazy strides. But the same way how you guys said Arsenal this and that, I don't think Newcastle's gonna fall off next season. But I do.
I'm not saying they are. I'm just hold you accountable. Why is Arsenal allowed to have 3 years to challenge it and Newcastle 5? That's my question.
They're gonna find it tough to compete in Europe and play in the Premier League next season. We've already been in Europe. They haven't been in Europe.
Mate, your squad in Europe again.
They already showed us in February that they were struggling to deal with 2 games.
I think because Eddie Howe doesn't rotate his squad as well. He rely on a core of maybe 14 players, so he's gonna have to learn from that.
And Alex, what you have to understand is going from relegation to winning the league is a lot more difficult than going from wherever we were, and we already are more of an established squad.
They have a better squad depth in the year than you will be in the.
Yeah, they're gonna get more players.
That's hearsay. No, that's not even hearsay. That's just guessing. At this point, you're trying to make points that don't make sense. You're not making sense.
How does make sense?
You can say the same for Arsenal. That's his point. You can say the exact same for Arsenal. That's his point.
That's my point. Why exactly? I'm not saying Newcastle. I'm not trying to bring up Newcastle. I'm trying to say, why is it cannot work on? If you work on Arsenal, why cannot work on somebody else?
What he's trying to say, don't get too big for your boots. That's what he's trying to say, bro.
No, I don't.
That's like saying Chelsea finished 10th, but this season, next season, you guys are gonna win the league again.
This is proven in the history, mate.
Yes.
We've done it before.
I'll say my chest, yes. I will.
You're crazy, bro. Alex, you're my guy.
I'm not saying it will happen. I'm saying it happened. At least I'm saying it happened.
Okay, so because it happened in the past, it's gonna happen again. Pochettino's gonna come into Chelsea and win you guys the league. That's crazy talk. If this happens,
oh my word,
it will never happen.
That was a joke, first of all.
Yo, Egal, what do you think of Hakim Ziyech, Egal?
Fuck off. Yeah, take Ziyech, man.
Answer.
Ziyech, man. Oh my fucking.
I think Hakim Ziyech is a good footballer, but he never played under a good system at Chelsea.
Egal, spitting facts.
Take him.
You
guys cannot lie to yourselves. You have a lot of good players, but you never actually had a system to get the benefit of all the different players.
That's why we need a proper manager now.
And exactly. And why did you think that I was crying for the manager for the longest?
I agree with you there, but guess what? A manager alone doesn't fix a team that quickly. I don't know
if you've been watching Chelsea. I think
again, I can bring you tons of things like even what's his name, Aston Villa.
We'll save this conversation another day.
This time, it's not only the same way that it was in the past, where you can just change the manager and everything behind the scenes good. Behind the scenes, so much has changed that there's no stability at Chelsea. A new manager comes in. who's to say they're going to have the groundwork to build everything properly the same way you did under Roman? Under Roman, I would trust that he would make the right decisions to get you guys over the line. Where under Todd Bowley and the new ownership, whatever you want to call them, I don't know that, and there's no history of them being successful with any football team yet. And the decisions they've made at Chelsea have all been catastrophically wrong.
You want your owners out.
Not every
So hold on a second. So now you're saying the history, you're using history as evidence, but I'm not allowed.
One second. There is no history with Todd Bowley. There is zero history with Todd Bowley. Todd Bowley's decision since he came in, sack Thomas Tuchel, sign a bunch of players. Some of them look good, some of them don't look good. And then now bring in after you sack Potter, you now bring in Lampard. No decision he's made yet has been good.
Yo, Egal, stop shitting on the owner. You would take out your club now.
Lampard now recently getting rid of his own power and giving it to other people who actually make good decisions in football and trying to sign young up and coming players like Enzo. I rate Enzo. But everything else that you guys have done seems kind of shaky and seems kind of
like Arsenal.
Would you take Koulibaly in the summer?
You know what? You said Arsenal. I agree with you there because under post Arsene Wenger, we were all over the place. We did Project Youth. We did Win Now. We signed Aubameyang, Lacazette in the same window after window. We made no sense. You guys are currently making no sense in your moves.
You haven't made sense for about 10 years. We made sense for one season.
Understand? I'm not going to get offended by the truth, but you're getting offended by the truth.
I'm not getting offended. I'm spitting facts. Factual based.
Chelsea Football Club and your own fans can admit that what you guys have been, the way you guys have been run under Todd Bowley's stewardship so far has been absolutely messy.
Yeah, one season, that's no problem. One season is no problem.
The whole transition has been messy.
We know that's only one season.
That's no problem.
We're gonna hold on a second. We're gonna use Arsenal.
I can only give you the evidence that I have to my hand. He's only been in charge for one season. Let's see how he does. He can improve. I'm not saying he can't improve.
I will probably finish higher than you next season. How about that?
But to deny what you're seeing in front of your own eyes this season is absolutely crazy.
I'm not denying it. It's just not as bad as other Chelsea fans make it to be. That's all it is.
Probably the worst season that we've had.
But Chelsea fans just make it out to be more serious than it is.
And his incompetence in running your club. Since your ownership has changed, Todd Bowley's incompetence has led you guys to losing one of your best managers in Thomas Tuchel, hiring one of your worst managers in Graham Potter.
There's non-footballing reasons.
And then bringing back your second worst manager in Frank Lampard. And
no, Egal, stop. You're talking rubbish now. You're talking rubbish. No, he's talking rubbish. He's talking rubbish. You're talking rubbish. You're talking rubbish. Lewis, you're on mute.
Ziad.
Why are you giving me headaches, Ziad, man? Just stop trolling. I don't. Dude, stop trolling, man.
No, he's talking rubbish. I'm not trolling. He's talking rubbish. Stop shitting on Lampard. There was no one else to come in. He came in
Lampard was a PR move.
It was stupid. You would have been better off with friggin' actual real manager.
Like who?
The reason why they made that move because the relationship between the fans and Todd Bowley were going toxic ever since that Tuchel was sacked. Even when we lost to Southampton, everyone was turning Bowley out.
Miguel, please tell me, other than Frank Lampard, who would have taken the job?
Bro, I'm pretty sure Luis Enrique wanted the job, but then last minute you guys changed and pivoted.
Yeah, but we didn't want to play the way Luis Enrique wanted. Luis Enrique wants to finish squad, finished players.
Hey, all I know is if you guys can bring in Pochettino now, before the end of the season, it would actually benefit you guys rather than waiting until the summer. Let him come in now.
Makes no difference.
Yeah, 5 games.
Makes no difference. Make a difference.
What's the difference?
It gives him time to actually play with some of the players before the season ends. So
why he can do this behind the scenes?
He's been out of work.
Why he cannot do this behind the scenes?
Listen, you guys are making excuses. You guys are
you're talking shit. You're talking shit.
You're making excuses. No, not everyone. You're talking shit because you're denying the real facts in front of your eyes.
You want us not to get Frank Lampard, but the season's over anyway. So it doesn't matter who comes in.
Listen. If everything I was saying right now was coming from a Chelsea fan, you'd be accepting it and you'd be admitting that.
No, it's BS. And anyone that else says it is BS.
You don't want to hear it.
No. I'll tell you the fact is BS. And anyone that wants to say it's BS. No, it's BS. You might shit on him bringing on Lampard. Who else was to come in? The season's over anyway. What you want him to? No, Egal, 1 second. No. You want Pochettino and Enrique to come in. First of all, it doesn't take 35 seconds to make a decision on what manager we want. Hence why Nagelsmann is not a manager because he wants to wait. Yeah, he doesn't want a process. He wants to roll now. Okay, and other than day, Enrique wanted players like Ziyech or
Why are you
Pulisic or whatever.
Okay, so
No. Stop. Because you want a manager. You want a manager to come in and pick players that the club know they're gonna get out. The club knows that certain players are gonna leave.
I don't
So it's
care
irrelevant.
I don't care about the manager coming in. My point was he's made mistakes throughout his whole
100% he has. 100%.
That's all I was asking. Why you denying that?
I know. I told you if you were listening. No. If you were if you were listening. If you were listening, I said he's made.
I was listening.
You're not listening now, so you weren't listening back then. Listen, I said he's made mistakes, but it's not as bad as and majority of the fan base is making. That's what I said. But you weren't listening because Fatel was raping my ears.
No. Don't lie. And you brought up Arsenal, and then I said to you, I'm not gonna get mad about the truth because Arsenal have been bad in the past. And then immediately you pivoted to saying, "Oh, who's the manager then?" You stop trying to win the side arguments.
No. Because you're criticizing on things that don't. You're criticizing on bringing Lampard, mate. The season's over. It's irrelevant who comes in. He just had to get rid of Potter. That's what I'm saying. He had to get rid of Potter.
Everyone here, has he ever criticized Lampard ever since he came in charge?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm here to troll. I'm a Ziyech star. I don't come here to talk.
Yeah, he just talks about Ziyech.
I don't come here to talk football. I don't come here to talk football. But I'm talking football. I'm talking football now.
Hold on a second. Every single Chelsea fan critiques Lampard. What do you think we're gonna say when we see Blunt Mount and whoever is up front?
Okay.
There's Conte up top 9.
I'm just saying, my man's talking like he's backing him. I was shocked.
No, Egal, you think Real Madrid, yeah, second leg.
Do you think? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Do you think? Shut up, man. Egal. Do you think the Chelsea fans don't back Todd Bowley? They have concerns. They have concerns, but that doesn't mean that we're not backing them.
No, I just think people don't. I get that in your own groups you might have conversations, but I feel like whenever I push back and I say Todd Bowley's been making mistakes and he's the reason why you guys are in the situation, immediately people push back and they say no.
Yeah. That's
there's context to it. It's not just that.
Context. That's why it's not as simple as you make it seem. It's context.
Bro, it is very simple.
No, you're on the outside looking in, so you think it's that simple. There's layers to it, Egal. There's layers.
There's a lot of decisions. There's a lot of decisions that have gone wrong, and majority of them come down to the ownership. If you want to call it Todd Bowley, or if you want to call it the ownership, that's where I'm at.
One season.
Egal. Hold on a second.
Wait, Alex, wait.
It doesn't matter that it's one season. It doesn't matter that it's one season. The reason why you cannot use the one season card is because since he's come in, you only have this season to see as evidence. So if this continues, or if it changes, either way, that doesn't change anything about my point about this season. My point is not about how he's going to do in the future. I agree that he can get things better in the future. I'm not saying Todd Bowley out, you got to get rid of him. No, I'm just saying the decisions he's made has led to you being in this position, and stop making excuses that saying it's the manager or it's this person. It's on Todd.
It's a collaborative. Like no one's even blaming.
Fatur, don't use hard words, man. Don't use words like collateral or whatever, man. Fucking A, man.
And also, anybody who doesn't want Pochettino because he was a former Chelsea Tottenham manager, you're crazy. Pochettino's a top quality manager. You shouldn't not want him just because of his links to Spurs. If you don't know your club's history,
Fatur, what's his name?
Egal, shake my hand. I agree. Shake my hand, Egal. Shake my hand.
Egal, that's not. You see, when people bring in Todd Bowley, they bring him saying that will, like when you critiquing Todd Bowley, you're saying it in a way that it looks like it's gonna be in the future. Same Todd Bowley. You're saying that it could be changing, but the way you're saying it, it's like you don't give him a chance to fix it. You see what I'm saying? That's why I know you, mate. I know you, Egal. I can see you through you.
You want to know the funny thing? People are saying I'm repeating what Ligan was saying, but the reality is, Lewis, you've been on streams with me. Since how long have I been saying Todd Bowley's messing up Chelsea?
I don't remember, bro.
But look, Egal, you going based off.
Oh yeah, we had that talk on the terrace a few weeks back. I forgot.
Egal, remember when you lied to your fan base, said that Todd Bowley fired Marina, Peter Cech, and Buck. Remember that? Remember that lie?
I honestly don't care about the semantics. Because if
that's everything.
But you see what I'm saying, man?
No, because the moment you start arguing about side arguments and you try to deflect about the main point, you know the person is somewhat right.
There is not a credible Chelsea fan that say that Todd Bowley was successful this season or did not make any mistakes this season. There's 99% of us.
I had to go 30 minutes ago. Literally, I'm gonna have to leave. I gotta stream.
Big up, Igal.
Big up, Igal. We're gonna be raiding this stream at 5 o'clock as well, so check that out. People don't go anywhere. Big up, Igal. Take care, bro. Bless. Big up to Matt Carney as well, saying for each of you, which is best? A world-class manager in charge of an average squad or an average manager in charge of a world-class squad? I think the world-class manager in charge of the average, I think. Yeah, that'll be it. Because we've had average managers in charge of decent squads, and yeah, I feel like a better manager gets the best out of the players that they have.
Especially nowadays where I feel like systems are more important than the individual. Especially. Because nowadays, look at the World Cup. Just look at Morocco, yeah? Probably don't have the same quality as the team that they played against. But because the manager came out with a good system,
yeah, but you cannot play 38 games and come on, Rodrigo.
I know that. No, but in the league, for example, yeah, you need
how hard to inspire a player to play for your country versus how hard to explain.
No. Forget.
Please hold on a second. Please tell me how to inspire 300k a week person that flies private jet, plays for Morocco, does well over there, then comes back and fuck do it all. Nothing.
What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about?
That's not the point.
How to inspire that person, man?
That's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm making is
let him play football.
A good system can always triumph over individual ability. So if you have a manager that can set up properly and can counteract, because what you have to think, if you have say like a Messi, he can dribble past two players. But if you have a system that can contain him, you don't have to have Messi.
I understand what you're saying, but when you based your let's say, hold on a second.
That's an example. That's just a thing that came to my mind.
Okay, Rodrigo. Based on what you say, is play for get the system.
That's why they want to get back on that one. That's why they get, because I know it's different. Play for your country is always different. But basically, I'm saying a good system always tries.
And yes, a good system in the long run plays benefits. The problem is you build it for a system, and that's the problem that Chelsea always had. Not hiring and firing the managers that suit the system. Do you see what I'm saying? Mourinho built the system. Who comes next? Is he playing the same system as Mourinho played? No. That's what the system players do. You all of a sudden facing the problem if the system if you hire the manager that builds the system and for some reason that system does not work or players don't listen, that manager gets sacked. But in the meantime, he bought the players for that system. If we do not hire the next manager to play the same system, what are we doing with players like Alonso, like Pulisic, like Azpilicueta, like Koulibaly, like system players? What do we do with them? Rodrigo, come on. This is not the World Cup, my man. You have to make these players play week in, week out.
Again, you're not getting the point.
I'm just trolling you about the World Cup, by the way.
I know. Because, yeah. Anyways, yeah. I prefer, from that question, I prefer an elite manager to work.
Fraser, no, I'm outside, actually. Do you have a bird? Of course I do. We've been married for 21 years, man. And the
hello, hey,
that's crazy.
I'm in the forest, man. I'm in the forest. I live with no neighbors.
Oh, dear.
Love to hear it. Who's popped it? Oh, Andrew. Yes, Andrew. What are you telling me, bro?
That Ziad trying to debate a girl was like someone farting in the lift and closing the door.
Hey, out of context, Crappy Lewis, may you clip that, please? Thank you.
It's in context. It's totally
yeah, do you want to go next, bro? You want to go next?
Bro, listen, bro. You're bringing a verbal knife to a verbal gunfight.
Wallahi, fam. No more tickets from you, fam.
All good. No, man. Yeah, I don't see us winning tomorrow, or any other game this season. Actually, I don't even know why people listen. I know we're going to all be shameless if they drop any points to us tomorrow, and that's fine. I'm fine with that because we haven't had anything to celebrate all season, essentially. So, I don't even know what. Are you going? No, you're going to that Fato, right? You going tomorrow?
Yes, indeed.
My God. You should ask for refunds.
My man.
You should ask for refunds for the club, man. Not these Spurs fans. You should.
I need reimbursement from Madrid away, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Andrew, if you don't go, don't make other people do the decision based on what you don't do.
Shut up, man. Just hey, go talk to your birds in the forest, man.
Oh my days, what is that at the bottom? Yo,
I wish I could, man.
Oh no!
Bro, they caught that 1 second of Rodrigo on camera. Oh man!
Just pause the video.
Like Rodrigo, you can't lack in this film, bro. It's mad.
They literally scrolled back, paused it, and then took a picture of it right there.
No, it wasn't even from this stream. It was from like the last one.
There was a better picture of him when he was in the car. What?
Yeah.
Like he was on a stream, face revealed and everything.
Yeah.
Like he literally took a picture where he's like a shiner, like better than Aubameyang.
Yo,
I need to see that one. Big up Ganish just saying Frank said he doesn't study past games. Awful coach.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
You say that in the press conference. I don't listen to that shit anymore.
He's all about the vibes, man.
Hey, why not? Everyone loves a press conference, right? Everyone loves it, apparently. So why aren't you listening to that, man? All the press conferences are really important.
He started referencing.
Oh yeah. You forgot to say I told you so. That's your favorite thing.
I'll leave that. I don't need to, man. Lewis's apologies are good enough. That's all. Do you know what I mean? It's all good, man. All good.
Yeah. Remember the chase in the bus? It's not the players. It's not you. It's the players.
It's not the player. You're the number. You're our guy. And he's gone.
It's been a long season.
He's gone.
It's been a very long season. I need this shit to end.
No, I'm saying, Lewis, when you do that, why you leaving Fatur still in the stream? When you dip, you both should dip.
Yeah, it's that. Yeah. Hey, let's say something. What should we say before Lewis gets back? What can we say?
Oh,
he's back.
Hey,
fucking shit, bro.
Did you see? Did you see the Igal about Newcastle? He said 5 years.
Yeah,
he actually said 10 years on his stream, and I'm pretty sure he said 10 years. Wait.
I told you. And I was like, I told you last night. Arsenal fans have to say that because if Newcastle get in a title race, less time than their process, it destroys the mythos of the process altogether. Right? It destroys it completely. Yeah.
I think the word process is like how you say that word, like the word, like the process. It's like the go-to word to use for every excuse that's possible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now it's different, Alex. Now it's going to change now because he actually, ironically, in a press conference or after the game, he said Arteta said they're in a different phase. They're in phase 3 or 5 now. So that'll be the buzzword now.
He said something about we in the phase 4 or 3, something like that.
Yeah, he said phase. So
my word, he did it.
About Marvel movies, phase 4.
I don't know. The funny part is when you make those criteria are gonna have to be like if you make a decision and you state the decision, if it doesn't work, we're gonna ask you about the decision. Somebody in the future, if you don't make it, that key thing is going to be against you. Just like Tagboli when he said that we like the strategy better than the previous regime was all that. Dude, you can't talk about it until you do it.
Yeah.
Do it first, then we'll talk about it.
No, you're right.
And another thing I don't get these days is project manager. We need a project manager. Like, what is that? What is that? And all I hear from that is you want a manager a young manager that's never done anything.
I think it's not like a project the way you look at it. I think the way I understood he looks at the project manager is like based on the squad we have and the direction that you want your team to go. That's why I think he's saying the project manager, because it's not in one term. I think that's what it means. And if this is what it means, like this is not based on one manager's term. You see what I'm saying? Like for example, like I think Scott said it before, and big up for that, Scott, because it's really a good thing to say about it. Like, but it's not necessary. No. I usually don't
I know,
agree
so
with
I'm
Scott a lot,
laughing.
but
You usually like
but when Scott said it, it does not necessarily coach has to win us league. If he will get us to the position of being in that conversation for constant year attempts, I'm okay with us get rid of him. I think Scott said it actually about the Potter, but with Potter it didn't work. For me now, it's to get the manager that still has that ability, because you need to put the manager that ability is to develop players. And that's the thing with young thing. What I was gonna ask Igal, which players did Arteta actually developed? Do you see what I'm saying? He keeps saying we have a young squad, but in development department, we're not finished product. So development still has to go through it. And Igal betting on that money. This is why I don't jump on Igal when he's saying like, this is why I was asking about those young specific players, because they're not consistent. The biggest problem with what's his name, with young players, they're not consistent. They're not consistent. Everybody was what's his name talking about Mount versus whoever. Some people use him as a Cruyff idiot comparisons. Now all of a sudden Saka using comparisons to Rodrigo, or, you know what I'm saying, or Vinicius, whatever the fuck the guy's name. You see what I'm saying?
Vinicius.
Yeah. So
Vinny Jr.
Yeah, my brain don't work that slow. But what I'm saying is like, there's a levels to this development in the players. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand Saka has been like sublime, but if you do not see Saka drop in the last 4 games, I don't know what you're watching.
Bro,
but I saw it.
He's been overplayed for 3 years.
Exactly, and this is, and I think another thing I ask Igal, how many players do you need? And he's like, okay, 3. But if I will ask him the 3 players that he wants to get it, none of them are to back up to the Saka. It doesn't have to be a starter for this instead of Saka, but you don't have nobody in there. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You betting on the kid to be consistent. Those consistent players are names Haaland, Messi. There's rarely the kids that been consistent from the kid stage to the end of their career.
Yeah,
you can count them on your hands.
There's a reason
That's the people don't get it.
Well, there's a reason why Wayne Rooney like sort of fell off a bit. You know what I mean? Like because he was like he's played from a young age, early on from 6,
exactly,
like 16, 17, 18 on, and by the time he got to 30, he probably had like the attributes of a 35-year-old. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Facts.
Yeah. So, and that's the problem. That's the thing I have with Mount. Mount's played far too many games, right?
And that's what I was saying earlier.
He's approaching 200 games in like 3.5 years. I mean, for a development for a young player, that's just too many games.
Yeah, he plateaued.
And that's exactly, and that's my point with Mount. I don't want us to be using those players like we used Mount, because we can. That the word plateau is actually phenomenal word for that situation. Or like a still, like, you know what I'm saying, like a still, like no whatsoever. You can't not do this. What's his name? How old is Saka now? 21, 20?
Yeah, something like 21, 20, something like that. Yeah.
And do you see how development Foden is?
Yeah, because
you see
he's in and out. Yeah, he was in and out.
Yeah, he's not allowed to go and do everything that he like. You will have your time. Just be patient. But in the teams like Arsenal, teams like that, you don't have time. You put all those players.
Desperation. That's all.
Exactly. So it's really hard for me to understand sometimes Arsenal, like, you know what I'm saying? Like in that kind of department, like they think that they keep saying the young squad. I understand young squad. There's a benefits to it, but it's a big negativity to it also at the same time. and people for some reason don't put those in the queue.
Yep.
Like it's not happening. Like I don't understand that.
Oh. Hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, right.
I was just...
He just went silent.
There we go. Sorry, I just had to send the message. Is it worth doing a lineup?
Yeah,
come on. Yeah, let's go.
Well, just before that, big up Go M saying thoughts on fans saying keeping the Scottish dwarf was a better idea than signing Enzo. Elite analysis in my humble tapped Brexit opinion.
It's like Ziyech scored the goal and all of a sudden we're supposed to play him every week, every game, every minute of.
Yeah.
It's
just Billy Gilmore, Cobham. He must be the greatest thing that ever lived because he came from Cobham. All that shit, stuff like that.
Actually, saying that, I think Billy will play really well next to Enzo.
Oh, Billy.
That midfield,
Billy,
that midfield has no physicality whatsoever.
No height.
Well, Billy has more physicality than Jorginho is.
That's not saying much, Alex, man. Do you know what I mean? That's not saying much.
All right, no one's been in the head in the midfield, man.
That midfield will get trampled on so badly.
Hey, Haaland's gonna dunk on that shit, man. At least he came from Cobham.
I think we actually have a good defense, so I think it's actually like people ignoring that. Like people saying we're gonna get banked for the rest of the season. We're third in defense. We're not scoring, but we're not easy to score against. Same.
It just means we lose 1 or 2-0, and that's all it means.
Yeah. But Lewis already working for the all the Arsenal fans. Like
twerking.
Yeah, I saw you on Troops.
I'm anticipating. I'm not twerking.
Okay.
I ain't got no ass to shake. Pause.
Hey yo.
But yeah, the point still stands, isn't it? Like, I just think we're getting bad.
Oh well, we're gonna have a nice day out tomorrow. Anyway.
What's up?
I said we're gonna.
Isn't it the same thing you used when we played against Real Madrid? You said that we're going to, and then you was like, "Oh, I was surprised when I conceded 2." That's your defense, man. That's like you like, I'm not getting exposed. I know, but better.
We're losing in general. Whatever happens, we're gonna lose. I just think we've been overdue getting battered, and now we've got the whole top 4 left to play. I think our time's about to come.
City away, man.
Big
I'd
Ron.
rather it be City away, if anything.
Big Ron. J5 was glue of Chelsea for the first half of the season. How was that glue was working?
No, we're gonna go this again. Flip, no.
It was just the comments that said it. Just the comments. But yeah, do you guys want to do a lineup, or is there no point?
Yeah,
let's not. Because if we're gonna start the lineup, we gotta say even more again better, like 7-10-0.
Yeah, because then we have to decide: are we gonna do our lineup or the one Lampard's gonna put out?
The 4-6-1.
But yeah, the 4-6.
4-6-1.
5-5-0.
6-1.
A 5-5-0, bro.
5-5-0.
Oh, Havertz is definitely starting tomorrow, by the way.
Yeah, I think he's going straight back into the lineup.
No, I think it's really.
No, he's back.
As long as it's instead of Sterling, not the other way around, man.
Yeah.
That was disgusting, man. Sterling is a center forward. To be fair, Gallagher does not help, but still.
Yeah, but that's also because Gallagher's crossing the ball into Kante and Sterling.
No, that was actually opposite. Kante was crossing the ball.
Yeah, it's all a mess.
Kante on the right wing.
All a mess.
It's gonna be Kante false 9, and I bet you he will have more chances than any other frauds that we have.
Probably will do. He'll be our best player.
Are you guys know about how quiet he is on a Kante front? I think nothing is being said, no contract offered, nothing. Because they say he was close in it, but now it's been like weeks.
Yeah, The paperwork. What do you think? That they should. You see, here's the thing. Like all of a sudden, people like, oh, I didn't hear nothing about poach for a while. What do you? And then when they do report, you're like, it's the same thing. They basically recycle the news from a week ago. It depends what you like. If you like to listen to the poach conversation every week, it could be used, but it's technically not the news every day. Like there's nothing to talk about the content. There's a basic process coming, I think.
2 months left.
And is it possible that he can sign? What happened to a French player in Barcelona? Didn't he got released and then signed extension?
He did. He signed a new 2-year deal.
Yeah. Rodrigo, don't be afraid.
Because I just got a nightmare. I feel like he's gonna go.
Don't eat sugars before you go to bed. That will help your nightmare situation. No, that's that's not a joke. That's actual genuine thing. That's actually a genuine medical thing, because when the sugar, your brain is still hyped up when you sleep, and that's one of the reasons.
I might try that tonight.
No, seriously, that's one of the reasons. Don't eat sweets before you go to bed, and the nightmare and stuff.
Oh, dear.
Or just bun some zoots and you'll never dream. One or the other.
You're dreaming while you're walking.
Or you use a baseball bat against your own head, and you're like, pound.
And you know what? You won't have to watch Chelsea anymore after that. So there you go. But yeah, you know what? We'll probably leave it here. I can't be bothered doing a lineup. It's pointless. We know we're gonna have fucking Gallagher and Havertz up. It doesn't matter.
We're getting packed.
Anyone think we're scoring a goal?
Behave.
Yes, Aubameyang.
Oh,
I got a feeling he's gonna start. By the way,
God's willing.
Yeah,
I got a feeling he's gonna start. By the way,
hopefully
he has to play first.
Alex, you could probably get that feeling checked out, my guy. That isn't good.
Fucking mad.
When we say feeling, Fatur, don't jump on that feeling situation. It's not the one that you think of.
Oh, fucking hell.
What are you shooting over there with your fingers, man?
Any other news? We didn't talk about the Mason Mount stuff, but it's just
because there's not a situation, man. There's
breaking
nothing.
news. There's been no talks with Mason Mount since February. He's likely to leave Chelsea.
Good.
That's a false. That's a false, because Austin just literally said that the conversation will last Friday to be exact.
That's just that doesn't mean that's talks over.
Someone's lying.
It up.
Didn't
they say they're at the game?
No, they said that they met representatives.
No, they didn't.
But weren't they in LA?
Yeah, they were in LA for work, apparently. Yeah, they were in LA.
Yeah, not
the last. Was it Real Madrid game?
They were in LA, man.
That's where they live.
Yeah.
No, Todd Bowley been living in England for a while now, even before the season.
Right, but his main residence is in LA, right?
I guess, but he still lives in England.
End this stream.
The guy is literally has a billion. The guy's rich. He can afford to have a couple of houses.
This is like a horse.
This is depressing.
With 4 broken legs. Just shoot the goddamn thing and end this stream.
Oh my god.
Oh, fucking hell, man. There's nothing left with this football club. Right.
It depends.
Go on, Alex.
Oh,
I said it depends on the stream. It depends on the stream. So if we on casual FC stream, we will have conversation about Sylvan engineering. Well, fuck, man.
End the stream, Dave. End the stream.
Yeah. We're out, people. We're heading off to Igal's channel, so check that out. Like, subscribe, and yeah, pray for the Chelsea. We're not doing up the Chelsea.
We're winning. We're gonna win.
You think we're winning?
Modric scoring.
Let me guess.
Bro,
CH
listen.
Fatur, next time if he's on your shoulder, just move forward a little bit and let him fall.
Nah, you know what? I'm gonna squish him like a sandwich, man.
No, wow.
No one has to get that physical, but yeah, sure.
Yo, back your team, Lewis, man. Back your team.
That's sharp, man.
And we're live.